channel suggests. I don't know what's going on there. Nah, it's better. Let's just do that so I don't irritate him. Yeah, we're gonna start doing a little review on the winter event ship. I acquired this quite some time ago. I think it was on the first day of the event actually starting. Yes, I'm a big whale. I do like to buy things with my money. But enough of that. Let's get on to it. So I've really got it all sorted up. By the way, my uniform just there is actually the same as all my crew. It's just my first slot is actually the uniform you saw there. So it just popped up there because I wasn't on the ground. I was in my ship. There we go. So we finally get in. Oh, got a long cinematic here just for us. There we go. Ever so slightly. Here we are. And there we are. So the first thing you probably notice is that the ship isn't a bad looking ship. It's quite nicely rounded. It looks more like a fighter, but saying that, it is an escort, so it kind of is there for that reason, obviously. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you off into the space station. So let's quickly just dock into there. And we're going to go through the customization options. There's actually more customization options on here than there actually is on some of the other ships. Some of the other ships there's actually a very poor customization allowance. Let's say allowance. But I think this one's actually got, for an event ship, it's not got a bad allowance of customizations on there, to be honest. So let's head on down there. Character's gonna wiggle his shoulders back and forth. Hey, Mr. Blue Man. I know he's a Brilliant. Hey, Mr. Blue Man. I want to customize my starship. Is that racist? I don't know. I think it is. Okay, so material-wise, we do have the Breen Type 1 or upgrade. Now, I like the upgrade. I think it looks a lot better. This looks like you've slapped on the Riemann shield, covariant shield, and have that effect. I don't like that. But this looks more sturdy. It actually looks like it's actually been put together properly. So that's what I'm going with that. So Windows-wise, as you can see, quite a few different types of windows. I like to have a lot of windows on there because I think it shows that it's bigger than what it is, even though it's really not. Obviously you have your standard patterns. Some of them are actually giving quite a nice effect, actually, to be honest. I hadn't even gone over. Let's go with Virgo, shall we? I hadn't looked at the patterns. But yeah, so hull, you do have two choices. You have the trial and you have the brick. I don't know if I'm pronouncing them correctly, but that's what they. So I've actually got the brick on because I prefer the look of it. I think this one it just is too open. This one I think it's more confined, it's more compact. So I go with that one. Not really much of a difference, to be honest. Not a huge difference. Obviously, interior-wise, all you have is the Breen current. So what I'm going to do, I just want to have a look at them actually. Oh, okay. Should I go over some shadow marine colours? I don't know, I think. So let's go all the way down to black and gold. Can't go wrong with nice bit of black and gold. So let's just do that. I think it did look good to begin with. But let's just save that, return. So I'll take you through the rest of the ship now. Obviously, it is an escort, so there are a lot of things you can actually do to, make it just as good as you want. There's obviously a lot of different weapons you can choose for your ship. On this, I actually only have the temporal defense chronoton anti-proton beams. Because it's a Christmas event, and I'm thinking, let's be festive. They're pretty, they're colourful. What else do you really need? Pretty and colourful. Looks like looks like a nice lot. What core wise, I would normally have one of my other ones on here. However, this did come from the winter event as well, this warp core. So I think it's going to benefit us more if I have that on there. I do need to upgrade it. It is very, very basic at the moment. So what I'm going to do, let's return to ship. Yeah, we'll return to ship. Okay, let's give you a quick fly around, show you, on how quick, how its turn rate is and how fast it is. I'll show you some stats as well. Obviously, when you're checking stats, you want to be in the Earth space dock in orbit. Not actually inside the space station, probably a bit of a poor choice of words there, but you want to be in space, in your ship, when you check the stats. So look at the stats. At the moment, I haven't done much to it, to be honest. I just slapped some stuff on it and gave it a bit of a go. Defense rating will obviously change when I start moving. Let me just have a quick look there. There you go, so it's gone up to 80. There are obviously abilities you could will up this, which will benefit quite greatly. So, let me see if I can. I can't remember. I had one on my cruiser, and I don't know where it is on here. I may not have equipped it. Unless it was a console. But let's have a look at the crew stations. Blah 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 blah. Let's see. I actually need the attack pattern Omega. I actually don't have attack pattern Omega. So what you want to do is, if for an escort, always go with attack pattern Omega. I will get my words out very soon. Because it does have all these effects that you're going to be seeing right there on the screen. Obviously, if you need to pause, please pause it, because this is going up on YouTube. So for people who live stream, it will be up on YouTube later on. Once the stream's pretty much after the stream has finished, so it will take a few minutes obviously for the upload to complete. So you get all of that plus 27 defense rating, which is really good. Obviously, your defense is how easy or hard it is for an enemy to hit you. So like I said, I just put some basic abilities on this. I've got one of them. Yeah, not that impressive. Okay, so as you can see, the turn rate on this thing is phenomenal. It's got a brilliant little turn rate on it. It's quite small. Obviously, I am basically tailing back on my own impulse beams there. On my own engine beams. As you can see, I mean, let's kick it up into full impulse. I'm too close. Still too close, apparently. There we go. So obviously, if you are undetected in a match, you can really outkick this ship into high gear with its full impulse. As you can see, it's really nimble, really quick, and it is tiny, so it's quite difficult to hit. So that's the movement part of it. So what I'm going to do, let's walk to sector. So I'm going to see if I can try and find a T-space encounter which we can have a look at. So obviously there are a lot of different builds out here, and like I said, this is just a basic build, just so I can show you, you know, what it's like, what its abilities are, you know, how strong it is, how weak it is, pros and cons to it all. So it really does depend on what you're looking for in a ship, really. Are you looking to do PvP? Are you looking to do PvE? Are you looking for tanking, DPS? It's completely your choice on what you do. What I normally do, especially with escorts, is I start going for DPS rather than anything else, so I can just run in there, shoot, bang, get back out again. For some reason, I think... Oh, we do actually have another one there. Let's pop us out. So I'm going to go over to that one because, well, it's closer. It's absolutely closer, and by the time we get to the other one, it may have disappeared. And this one we can't go into. Okay. You think how long this game's been out, and you think they would have fixed that by now? But apparently our money is nothing to them. I know it's a free to download game and free to play, but when you start spending money into it, you would hope they would fix all these issues. Right, so let's just go to this one anyway. If you're wondering what the effects are on my engines, if you've got this ship, haven't decided to use it yet, but you are noticing that... Yeah, thanks. You are noticing that your engines are slightly different to the light, the reflected light that's left behind is slightly different to what your ship has. That is because I've got a Acre cell. Beautiful ship, handling really nicely. Obviously, as soon as these extra abilities come in, I don't know what those guys are doing, but let's just give them a bit of a help there. But as you can see, it's got quite a strong, whereabouts on it. I could be doing a lot more to help this ship, to be honest. I mean, it's not doing too badly. This is only a level 30 deep space encounter. Look at those pretty weapons. There it is, Christmassy. Oh, that's the wrong button. I normally have evasive maneuvers on there. Let's get rid of that. See, that's not what you want to do. You do not, like this guy, and I'm going to name and shame you, man. Do not see your weapons like that. You are absolutely handicapping yourself. You may think it looks pretty, but that's it. That's all it's doing. Your enemies are basically laughing at you. Look how quickly you can dispatch ships when you have all the same weapons. I don't understand why people do it. And then, I have to say, I've even had instances where I've encountered me like that in front of that, and they've gone, what's fine for me? Okay, well let's go into PvE and let me show you how it's actually doing. Let's face it, because it's not doing great. You know, most of the time when I do this type of thing, I've destroyed my lot. Let's get rid of that, we don't need that around here. It's so sad to see. Boom. There you go. Seconds. That's all it was. Over here. In that button. Me too. I keep trying to tap the evasive maneuver button just to get there a bit quicker. Disruptor, anti-proton, phaser. My god, it's a Christmas show. I can't say much, but at least mine are all the same damage. At least that. Boom. So you can see it's really handling nicely. It's not having any trouble. Look at my shields. The amount of people actually firing at me, and look at them. I don't even need to do anything. I don't need to activate abilities. Nothing. down. Anyone else? Where are you? Let's be having it, okay? Okay. Obviously, weapon types, you don't have to choose these weapons. That's just what I found, because like I said, it's the winter event ship. Let's go for the winter style, multicolored weapons, but all of the same energy type. And it does really nicely. Anti-protons are a fantastic energy weapon to use anyway. I do prefer disruptors, cannons, beams, whatever myself. But they actually don't have a very bad effect on the anti-protons. They do have your higher crits there. But normally I use a shield penetration based weapon. Plasma is good for shield penetration. However, I don't like plasma myself. It doesn't work for me, and that's what you're going to discover, is that it will, whatever energy weapon type works for you. You don't have to be like, oh, this. They all have their pros and cons. There's always something good about one of the energy weapon types to another. Obviously, with your plasma, it does leave the residual radiation effect on the plasma burns on there. So it does have that extra, but weapons don't. You've got Tetrion, which takes down the shields, your anti-protons, which are your crits. They have everything. End up shutting a subsystem offline. But like I said, this is purely about this shit, and as you can see, I think it handled it, and it really looked after itself very well. Again, it was only level 30 deep space encounter, so it's not difficult. But it worked nicely. It did what it needed to do, and it got out of there pretty sharpish. When it comes to me doing PvPs, I do like to use either my NX class or one of my temporal ships, because my temporal ship can cloak, and your NX is just a strong and stable ship anyway. I've never taken this into a PvP. In all fairness, actually, I don't even think I've taken this into a PvEQ. I got it and basically put it aside because I came into a temporal light cruiser. So that's kind of why this poor little thing has just been sitting there in my shipyard, just chilling. Who'll use me one day. But as you can see, the stats are pretty good, and this is, like I said, I've just thrown anything on here. I've not even properly had a good look at it. See, the stats were good. Its handling is fantastic. It's quick. It's nimble. It's not a bad looking ship to look at, although it does look like it has two fat ass green eyes at the front. Like, it's like, I'm coming for you. You're mine. You will die in 7 days. Exactly. So, obviously, a lot of customization skills. Again, I do have some visual effects on this for the Aegis set, which is, some of them have a pretty nice Aegis effect on it. Engine-wise, I've got the Aegis on there. I might actually have the shielding on. I do have the shields on. Shields are pretty nice as well, and yeah, so it's not a bad looking ship. It handles really nicely. So if you're iffing and umming and butting about actually getting this ship from the winter event, definitely go. And it's a free ship at the end of the day. You get a free mastery out of it. Once you've done it, you get your free train. But to use, and it can really benefit. So if you can't get hold of, or even if you can get hold of a different escort, or an NX, a Defiant, anything like that, then I would still get it. Free ship. Who doesn't want a free ship? Yeah, that's right. You want a free ship. You go get that free ship, and all you have to do is one race once a day. That's it. The races don't take long. If you struggle with the races, dive when you're doing it. When you're sprinting, just dive, because if you constantly veer off, just dive, and you will go back on course. So if you're finding it difficult, but it's not difficult at all to find, so just keep going and you'll finally get it. But like I said, it's a lovely little ship, and I'm more of a Federation ship style person. I do prefer my Feds, but it's aesthetically pleasing. It handles really nicely. It really has quite strong shields and quite a strong hull, as you noticed in the D6 account we just did. shields didn't even, well, it only went down by a fraction. It didn't even come down noticeable, significantly. But it really handles very nicely. And the custom, obviously, if you're a little bit like me and you're a little bit of a tart, you like to have a nice looking ship, then it's made. You're golden. Absolutely golden for this thing. But yeah, that is absolutely it. Definitely go out of your way to go and get this winter event, even if you don't like Christmas, don't like the winter event, and you're still sort of like, have I got better? Who cares? Free ship. Go get it. Stop being lazy. Get off your rear ends and go and get this ship. You will thank me for it later. But as for that, now I do say thank you very much for watching. But that my review done for this now. I have got other reviews on my channel, so if you pop over to the British Gamer, guys, you'll be able to find that. All my reviews, I've got quite a number on there, and they're still increasing, and I've had a lot of good feedback from people. You know, they do really like my streams, which is lovely. You know, I'm not out of the way famous like other people, but you know, people are enjoying them. So catch all the others. I've got some winter event stuff on there, which does have one of the races on there as well. It's a little bit embarrassing. This is the first time I actually did one of the races. I didn't do it any of it last year. But yeah, definitely hop on, grab your ship. If you've got Lobby, you can do that if you're not feeling like the race, but it takes a lot of lobing. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. That's been the review. It's got, you know, a bit of details on there, but that's the review for the winter event ship. It's a lovely ship, and go and get yourself one. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.